Federal Drive is presented by GEHA, Government Employees Health Association, proudly providing health and dental benefits to federal employees and their families. Visit GEHA.com.
The Trump administration's deferred resignation program helped lead to a massive and unexpected surge in retirement applications, now flooding the government's retirement systems. But amid that application influx, the Office of Personnel Management has also rolled out a major effort to modernize the legacy federal retirement system. Many experts see the launch of OPM's online retirement application as a long-awaited improvement. But with high retirement volumes, some remain wary of the timing. As part of our special report this week, Federal News Network's Drew Friedman gives us the details.
After years of trying to modernize and continually coming up short, OPM's latest efforts to digitize federal retirement have taken a significant step forward. OPM fast-tracked a modernization initiative earlier this year after several years in the making. It's called the Online Retirement Application, or ORA. For decades prior, the federal retirement process has been highly fragmented, with many agencies and payroll providers operating under different systems and with different information. But OPM officials have described the new ORA platform as a unified retirement ecosystem that removes manual processing steps that had been creating a lot of delays and bottlenecks.
At the end of the day, ORA is empowering employees with clarity and reduces preventable issues later on.
Kimya Lee is OPM's Deputy Associate Director for Retirement Services. She says new features in the ORA, like automation options, have reduced application errors.
As the employee works through the process, ORA shows them exactly what's finished and what needs attention. It took a complicated technical process, but it made it straightforward and manageable for an employee. By the time the package reaches HR, it is far more accurate, it's more completed than anything we have ever seen in a paper environment.
Since OPM first launched the platform in June, it's rolled out 3 versions of the ORA. OPM's Lee said that the biggest replatforming, which occurred in August, went extremely well. She credited the success to the feedback of HR specialists who were recommending improvements to the platform and pointing out issues early on.
They work directly with us. They work directly with our engineers. They test new features before they were released. They told us immediately when there were glitches, and as expected, there were glitches in the system, and they provide meaningful feedback, suggestions, and recommendations at every step of the process. That collaboration is one of the big reasons ORA is working as well as it is today.
Since its launch over the summer, more than 91,000 retirement applications have been initiated through ORA. OPM Director Scott Cooper said that generally the rollout is going very well.
It really enhances the front end of the process. So instead of people literally printing out paper documents and then, sending those documents to our team in Pennsylvania to handle manually, the front end is very seamless now in terms of getting to a completed application on a system that obviously is modern and designed for, 2025 instead of people literally, printing out paper documents. So far, the rollout has been actually very, very positive.
But with a flood of DRP applications and more retirements expected in the next couple of weeks, the pace of processing has slowed substantially this year at OPM. The average time it takes to review an application, calculate benefits, and finalize annuity has continually increased at OPM for the majority of 2025. Processing times for digital retirement applications, however, are notably faster, according to OPM's Lee.
Digital cases are moving more than twice as fast as paper cases, averaging 40 days versus 90 days in a paper system. Again, we are expecting these numbers to decrease, but as you saw, we have a surge of applications going on right now. So as the surge decreases, we also expect our digital cases to decrease substantially.
Despite speeding things up for the most part, the rollout of ORA this year has also hit some bumps in the road. The update over the summer caused many retiring employees to have to resubmit their paperwork. Some retiring employees who have used ORA described seeing errors appear on their applications after they were auto-populated in the new system.
Verdict's not out on the whole system being improved, but I think it's a step in the right direction.
John Hatton is Staff Vice President of Policy and Programs from the National Active and Retired Federal Employees Association, or NARF. He says that overall, some positives have come out of ORA, despite work still being ahead.
I think this is certainly a step in the right direction to improving the information that is sent over to OPM and making sure it's as accurate as possible, number one. And then number two, providing some visibility into where your claim is in the process to the person who's claiming it. How that goes through and the degree to which OPM is providing insight into the process there and where delays may be remains to be seen.
OPM has been trying to update its retirement systems for decades, with some of the efforts dating back to the 1980s. But time and again, the agency's attempts at modernization have fallen short of expectations. After many failed attempts, a 2023 IT strategy became the basis for many of the retirement updates OPM is still continuing to this day. Rob Shriver, a former OPM acting director under the Biden administration, said he was glad to see the modernization efforts continuing, but he's still worried about some of the short-term impacts for those retiring right now.
I know firsthand, though, that an online retirement application is only step one, and if you have a bunch of digital applications coming in, but you still have a paper process on the back end, you need people to make those applications, turn them into actual annuity payments. And there are a lot of people that are going to suffer. They're going to get interim retirement payments that are far lower than what they should be getting. It's going to cause real hardship on these federal workers who dedicated their careers to the American people.
Still, with the launch of the ORA this year, many are hopeful it will lead to even bigger changes in the future. Tammy Flanagan is a federal retirement advisor with Retire Federal.
I really do believe it's an improvement. It's something I've been waiting for a long time. I can't understand why it took this long, but I was concerned that they implemented it this year, but maybe it's a good thing because of the volume. Maybe it will help ease that burden.
But at the same time, some were still worried about the timing of the rollout and how that's going to impact employees currently in the midst of the retirement process.
A lot of these questions start to pile up. It's a brand new system, and there's not enough people in place to help answer those questions.
Tiago Glieger is a federal retirement advisor with RMG Advisors.
Retirement is already a pretty stressful process for people, right? So then on top of that, not having a clear process or information about a new system only adds to the anxiety.
In the big picture, the ORA platform represents about 1/3 of the total work for overhauling retirement processing. OPM officials have explained that the ORA platform modernizes the user-facing part of the process, but more work is still ahead before the government's retirement systems can be considered fully digital. That's according to OPM Director Scott Cooper.
We are revamping an entirely manual process, and look, we are realistic enough to understand that that takes time. It takes iterations of software development. It takes process changes. So we are fully committed to doing that. All I think I can tell people is we are 100% committed to doing everything we can to make this as seamless as possible. These changes don't happen overnight, and certainly the volume of things we're seeing, just given DRP-related actions, is greater than we've seen in the past. And I'm certain there'll be, lessons that we'll learn and things that we can do differently as we go forward. But we are absolutely committed to the cause here.
After launching ORA this year, OPM is still looking to upgrade its digital file system, or DFS, as well as Janus, OPM's program for calculating retirement annuities for applicants. For OPM's Kimya Lee, that's all going to move toward a fully digital experience.
ORA is delivering measurable improvements today while we're continuing to evolve. In the end, this digital retirement is changing what federal employees can expect from all of us, from every agency, from our payroll providers, but from OPM as well. We're seeing real results today: faster service, fewer errors, greater transparency, and we're committed to continuously improving as this ecosystem grows.
Drew Friedman, Federal News Network.
You can find many more details in Drew's special report at federalnewsnetwork.com.